As qualifications to study the Word, as I mentioned to ministers that I talk to and different pastors and priests and people, my qualifications that I mentioned, among others, is that I've outlined the Bible, the New Testament mostly. I outlined it, all the verses I put into categories. Now, the reason that this is a qualification is because if you have not done this, then you do not know what I'm talking about, because you have to do it for yourself and see, and you make a category for children passages, and they will all tell you that we are already children, okay? It will not tell you what theology says about all of the verses, that you have to get into a kingdom some kind of way, but all the children passages will be at least 100 plus verses of that we're already children passages, and you'll have a whole category of that, and that debunks a lot of theology right there. And then you also have a category everyone's saved passages, and this debunks a lot of theology about hell, and then that brings up the fire passages that you will have that debunk a physical flame fire, because the hundreds or so of fire passages all say it's from the mouth. And even in the Old Testament, if you can outline fire in the Old Testament, you get prophecy about this this fire that is not a physical fire, and this kindle that is not physical kindling, and so everyone's saved passages mean that everyone will be brought into the truth, and not through eternal death and suffering, and no option to come into the truth. And so it lets you know everyone will be saved, and that we are all already children. The hundreds of more passages that you will have of children passages, and the everyone saved, we're all saved, and then the fire passages will show you this. So now you can look up fire in the concordance and see what I'm talking about, but you can look up children in the passage, but a lot of sons references end up falling into that category. So you have to outline the at least the New Testament to find these children passages that we're already children, and the everyone saved passages. You can't just look up everyone saved. You have to outline the whole New Testament to have a list of more than 100 of these passages. This is part of the qualifications I mentioned to pastors and preachers and priests. These people have not come to the knowledge of what I am telling, and so I put it on a YouTube, so that whenever I approach a preacher and I say, yes, I have outlined the Bible and put into categories, and I commentaried it and rewrote the whole New Testament, and I've done this more than 5 times, and I say this as a qualification, because the qualification you need to know is that fire is not physical in the Bible, and that everyone will be saved, and that we are all already children. Now, there are 15 other categories, but I don't have to go into that in this video. This is a 4-minute video. Thanks for watching. Comment if you need to.